Hello and welcome to Little India, one of the most amazing neighborhoods here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Today we'll be exploring this amazing neighborhood, and if you come with us, we'll show you all the secrets.
This is Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia. Over 2 million people call this Asian city home. Day and night, thousands of construction workers shape the city skyline as they win the fight against gravity and continue to develop this modern and dynamic city. A fast-paced city life, sprinkled with stunning religious buildings, exotic food, and some of the world's best shopping malls, make it easy to feel overwhelmed when you first visit Kuala Lumpur, or KL as the locals call it. But amongst all this chaos, a little oasis of tradition and flavor can be found. Enter Little India, one of the largest and oldest Indian communities in the world.
We are right now in Little India here in Kuala Lumpur. This place is very loud, very busy. You can probably hear the music playing all around. Walking around Little India here in Kuala Lumpur is quite an experience. This place literally looks like you would think when you see the Bollywood movies and you see India, this is what you expect. So they kind of almost made a copy of it. So it's really cool, and the food smells amazing. I can't wait until later on today and it's time to eat because I'm getting hungry already.
The Brickfields neighborhood, better known as Little India, is located just outside KLCC, or the Kuala Lumpur City Centre.
Come here with public transport, or you can come by car.
The nearest train stop is the KL Central station, which is just a 5-minute walk away. As we grow closer, tall office buildings give way to a more traditional architectural style, and colorful arches appear alongside the road, letting us know we're on the right path. As we walk down the street, we find shops selling all sorts of things: cooking spices, jewelry, textile materials, restaurants, sweets, and even a small flower mini market. Nearly all shops, restaurants, and other businesses within this district are run by Malaysia's sizable Indian community. This beautifully decorated gate, known as the Tonara Gate, marks the official entrance to Little India. It is one of the neighborhood's latest additions. Built in 2015, it was commissioned by the Indian government, who donated the beautiful gate to Malaysia as a sign of friendship between the two countries. Exploring the many textile and clothing shops can be an adventure all by itself. This 3-story Indian bazaar is a good place to find a deal if you're looking for Indian style clothing. There's something magical about Indian fashion. It's almost impossible to try this alone. Not imagine you're part of one of these things.
What do you think about these ones? Should I get them on? Or maybe these ones? Or one of each, and I'll be Aladdin.
This feels like a tablecloth.
Put it on.
Match my personality.
But if there is one thing that makes Little India stand out above everything else, is the food. There is food everywhere. Walking down the street, it's hard not to be distracted by the sweet smells and tasty aromas coming out of the many restaurants and food stalls that promise a delicious meal.
This is sweet is this one.
Sweet?
Brown sugar.
Brown
This
sugar.
one is coconut milk sugar.
Coconut and sugar, okay.
This one is onion.
Any one meat?
No meat, all vegetable.
Where do you want to go sit down?
Down in there.
Onion.
We are in Little India right now, and we stopped to get some brunch. What's really cool here is that they have these little bites, different types of food. So rather than getting one big meal, we're trying different things. We got some mango juice. We got what do you call this? A roti baker, which is cheese, egg, and bread. And we got these tiny little things as well. Something I've noticed so far here in Malaysia, or Kuala Lumpur to be specific, is that the food tastes amazing. So many different flavors, because you have the Indian style, you have the actual Malaysian style, you have the Arab style, you have the Chinese style, all mixing together, all these cuisines creating really, really tasty dishes. We've been eating out pretty much every day since we got here. That's 2 weeks now, and we haven't had a single bad meal. Now, that comes with a caveat, and the caveat is there's been some meals that were so spicy that we could not enjoy them, but that's not because it was poorly prepared. It was actually really tasty. The problem was it was just too hot. We were sweating. Daniel was crying. But outside of that, the food was actually very tasty for the first 3 minutes where you could actually feel the food. After that, my mouth was just on fire. But the food here today is actually very good, and it's very cheap. So we're having a little snack, and it's 13.90 ringgit, which is about $2.75 for a small little brunch session. Very, very cheap.
Brickfields is an old neighborhood, but it didn't always look the way we see it today. Jump back a century and a half, and it was full of wooden houses with straw roofs. After the huge fire and flood destroyed much of the area in the 1880s, it was decided that moving forward, all buildings will be rebuilt using bricks and tiles instead. Enterprising businessman Jab Aloy constructed a huge brickyard, transforming today's Little India into a gigantic clay field that were going to produce the materials used to build early Malaysia. Soon after, a large number of Indian and Sri Lankan migrant workers will be relocated and housed in the area by the British in the process of building the Malayan Railway. Many of the Indians found here today are the descendants of these migrant workers. Today, 3 million Indians live in Malaysia. That's 10% of the country's population, and a large portion of them live within this lively neighborhood. In 2009, it was finally decided to officially designate this area as Little India. The whole neighborhood was then given a major facelift, including the colorful arches that decorate the streets, red color bricks paving the roads, ornate street lights, and the grand entrance archway, together with the brightly painted fountain decorated with elephant designs. Even the buildings on these streets were painted in shades of purple and red, brightening up the area. A very interesting feature of Little India is the presence of many different religious beliefs and how they're able to peacefully coexist in a manner that enriches the local culture. We need only step away from the main street to be immersed in the everyday reality of these wonderful people.
This is our dinner here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We are exploring around Little India today, and look at what we found. We found this really cool little alley with a tiny little temple. One thing I noticed, not only here in Kuala Lumpur, but in a lot of places around Asia, is that once you get off the main street and start walking down the tiny little streets and alleys on the sides, it gets a lot more interesting.
Various beautiful temples, churches, and shrines can be found within Little India's borders. From the colorful Hindu temples of Sri Shivanalayam to churches dating back to more than a century ago with colonial styles, including Our Lady of Fatima and the Zion Cathedral. Another interesting building is the Buddhist temple Maha Vihara.
You work here?
Yeah.
This is your temple?
Yeah.
How long have you been working here?
48 years.
48 years?
How old are you now?
40. So you started working here before I was born. I just met this really interesting guy. He's a Buddhist monk that I guess works or belongs to this temple on the other side, and he was telling me he's been working here or worshiping here for 48 years, which is 8 years before I was even born. I imagine that you saw the city built, right?
Yeah.
This wasn't here when you were born, all these buildings?
No.
Huh, interesting. Are you from Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah.
This is your temple. Do you move to other temples or always here?
No, move to all the temples.
Really?
Yeah.
This is your favorite?
Favorite is in Malacca.
What's the name of the temple?
Sekei.
Seikei. You like that one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, nice to meet you.
Have a good day.
Founded in 1895, this peaceful temple is decorated with beautiful gardens and is the center of worship for most of the local Sri Lankans. But in my personal opinion, there is one religious center in particular that stands out above its peers. Thean Hou a 6-tiered Taoist temple built on top of a nearby hill. Thean Hou is considered to be one of Southeast Asia's oldest and largest Taoist temples. Dragons and mystical creatures decorate the courtyards and roofs of this magical site. The prayer hall contains 3 different altars. The altar on the right is dedicated to Guan Yin, the goddess of mercy. Thean Hou Niang Niang, the goddess of the sea, can be found in the center. While Shui Wei Sheng Niang, the goddess of the waterfront, is on the left. Looking up, we find one of the most beautiful temple ceilings in Malaysia.
Something I really like about this place is that they have these oracles in the middle of the altar or the main shrine where you can do a little donation like I'm gonna do right now. You do a donation, and then if you look at these sticks over here, so it's cool. These are oracle or guessing sticks. So the way you do it, as I understand it, is you grab them, okay, and then you drop them, and you're supposed to grab the one that sticks out the highest. Oh, that didn't actually work, so I guess I gotta go again. I think that wins. That one wins. Yes. All right, so I'll grab this one, and they're supposed to have a number. So this is number 40. What's crazy is that this is actually how old I am, literally. So is that fate, coincidence? I don't know. All right, so now I look for number 40, which happens to be right here too. So I grab this. This is my oracle, okay? You can see, right? All in Chinese. Luckily, it also comes in English. Marital happiness and family harmony, you will enjoy a glorious, happy life. This is great.
Visiting Little India and the Thean Hou Temple were an incredible experience, but it was just a little taste of all the amazing things Kuala Lumpur has to offer. Make sure you subscribe to our channel today so you're notified every time we release another video of this beautiful city. After visiting the Thean Hou Temple, a good place to escape the worst of the sun and the heat during the early afternoon hours is the nearby Valley Mall. Here you'll find all the big fashion brands, a movie theater, and more importantly, air conditioning.
There's a store that Danielle's looking for. It's called Cotton On, and we've been walking around the mall now for about 20 minutes, and everybody keeps giving us directions to say go up, go down, left, right, but we can't find it. We're at the Valley MegaMall, and we're gonna go check out the cinema, see what the prices are, and if it's worth going to the movies here. Oh yeah, popcorn. prices are actually not that bad. 25 RM.
And that's the most expensive one.
Yes, and that is 25 is roughly about $4.50, $5, I think. No, no, $5.50. It's about $5.50 for ticket. We are back in Little India for dinner. Yes, so we spent the last few hours at the mall shopping and I guess being tourists and exploring, staying cool, trying to hide from the sun. And now it's time for dinner. Danielle wants to have butter chicken. I don't know what butter chicken is.
I don't either.
Is it like butt chicken or butter with chicken or chicken with butter? Oh, I don't know. That's what we're hunting for. Danielle's getting a henna tattoo. She's never done one of those. We saw it the other day when we came and she really liked it.
How long does it take to do it?
So we decided to do it today and they're like super cheap. It's only 10 Riyam, which is about $2 to get a tattoo. Not a real tattoo, a henna one, which will come off in a few days, but it looks pretty cool so far. Which one are you gonna do? Is it very painful? It tickles? Let's see.
I have to let it dry.
That looks pretty cool.
Very cool.
How long do we have to let it dry?
1 hour.
1 hour?
Yep.
Okay. Danielle ended up getting a henna tattoo, which I think looks really cool.
I'm scared to move my hand.
I think it looks awesome. This place is crowded. It's actually a lot nicer now than earlier in the day because it's not as sunny. I had to change. One of the things that I bought at the mall was this polo and I had to change it because my other polo was so sweaty and yucky. Well, right now it's very nice. It's not sunny anymore and the place is picking up some steam. It's getting louder. And I'm assuming that in about an hour or two from now when all the lights come on, it's gonna look really cool. So after,
Much louder.
yes, probably much louder.
After walking around for a few minutes, we found a very cool restaurant called Paandi Curry House.
What are you making? Which one's this?
The main reason we chose this place is because they sell the butter chicken dish we were looking for.
This one here. Okay. And
Fried chicken, no spicy.
no spicy? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this is something that Danielle's wanted to get for a while, which is butter chicken. You wanna see? Is that supposed to be spicy?
I'm not supposed to. You guys realize how talented I am using my left hand eating.
Okay. How is that? Yes. So we got the butter chicken. We got a whole chicken drumstick. So I think it's a fried cauliflower or something. Yeah, there's definitely some type of vegetable. We also got rice with gravy, which they promised the gravy wasn't spicy.
It's probably gonna be spicy.
It's probably gonna be super spicy. Is that spicy?
I didn't find it spicy. You might.
Okay. Wow, that gravy is very, very spicy.
We are learning very quickly that their spicy
Yeah.
is too much for us to even.
Whenever they say no spicy,
It's still spicy.
yeah, no, not true. Probably they don't even realize it's spicy, but for me, that gravy is very spicy. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna move the gravy part to Danielle's side of the plate. And I'm gonna have the plain rice, the boring, non-spicy, edible plain rice. Anyways, so we got this, and then we got some cheese naan and a Coca-Cola. Now, something that we're starting to realize here in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, is the portions are so large that it's physically impossible for us to finish 2 portions between the 2 of us. Now, this is considered to be 1 portion. Look at the size of this plate, okay? This is enough food for the 2 of us, especially...
That's my hand.
Yeah, so especially with the cheese naan, this is gonna be plenty of food, and maybe just leave enough room to get some dessert outside. But all of these is going to be around, so it's gonna be about $5 to $6 for a full meal in Little India. How's the butter chicken?
Really good. It's so flavorful. It's delicious. Really good.
Wow, you ate the whole thing? Guys, Danielle ate, look at it. She ate the whole plate. How does that make you feel? You cleaned the plate.
Amazing. Oh, my left hand.
We just had a really, really good meal, and it was only about $7. Now we're walking around Little India trying to find some dessert, but I'm stuffed. We had so much food, and it was only $7, and it was so good. That chicken, oh my God. Ooh. How is it? Yeah? Perfect.
All in all, Little India and its surroundings turned out to be a charming and colorful neighborhood where you can find great food and extremely friendly people. But if you like exotic destinations, then there is a temple in Thailand that you need to see. This Sanctuary of Truth, a handmade temple constructed completely out of wood. You should be able to find the link for that video right here. In any case, I'm glad you liked this video, and I'll see you next time.